Ooh, hold on. Turn the light on. How are y'all doing? We're looking at stream screen. Sorry about that. All right. Howdy. Morning. Welcome in Zelpit 007. So let's see, what are we doing here? We got our LLMs to text. I thought today we might update it to incorporate 1.0, 1.1. So that'll be exciting. Hikiku Amori, that's a good name. Hikiku Amori. Can I use SpacetimeDB with my Unreal 5 projects? If you're enterprising, you can. We don't officially support it right now, but we are working on that because we have several clients that are particularly interested in using it. Lisp Gamer, good morning? Question mark. It is a good morning, I would say. Thank you for the congratulations on the launch. So I was thinking of doing basically a streaming series called SlopTimeDB, where we just try to slop together some games using SpacetimeDB. Thought that might be fun. That's why I wanted to change the stream title, but I don't think I can do that once I'm live, or at least I couldn't figure out how. Also, is the music coming through? I can't actually tell. Can you guys hear music? If so, I will send out a ping. Only I can't hear it. Only you. Yes, music is there. I mean, it is very, very quiet, so I could crank it up a little bit. We've got pretzel rocks here. Here, I'll crank it up quite a lot so you can hear it. For Twitch, you can change the title on the dashboard, I believe. Yeah, can I though? You mean the Twitch dashboard, or you mean... Well, I'm multi-streaming is part of the problem, so I don't actually know if I can. Hello, yes, music is on. Okay, thank you so much, Folkman. All right, so let's do this. What we're gonna do here is we're going to we're gonna go to Spacetime Docs. Status. We don't really care about any of this anymore. Actually, it's not true. But I am going to rm-ref LLMs. I don't really need that. Okay, git checkout. It's master. Cool. Git checkout Tyler. LLMs.text 1.1.0. Okay, so now we're going to be trying to slop together this using. Let's go pull in, actually, you know what, I think I can just do it. Let's do a new chat here. Twitch.tv. Alright, we'll change it on Twitch at least. That's fine. Okay. Streaming tools. No, I don't see where I can change it, to be honest. Stream manager. Why am I such a fool? Oh, I'm not logged in to SpacetimeDB on here. Well, it's fine. We're just gonna roll with it. However, one thing I want to do is actually send out the message to people. All right, let's also try to do the bot here in Twitch and see if our bot is working, because I hopefully fix that. Hey, there we go. That's exciting. All right, let me ping people. At YouTube notifications. At Twitch notifications. SpacetimeDB. Provide coding more LLMs.text. Let's get good. So hopefully with that, some people will filter in. Let's see. Dobby says, "Oh, we got some chat messages here." I looked into implementing a Go SDK, but it's more complex than I thought. It is a little bit more complex, but it shouldn't be too bad, to be honest. Dude, I showed your presentation with all my YouTuber friends. We were nerding out about how crazy good the presentation was and how cool the product was. Thank you so much. That's awesome. What was your most favorite part, I suppose? I'm trying to click on your profile, but I can't do that apparently in YouTube. Might SpacetimeDB be a good choice for robotics? You know, it's interesting you mentioned that. We already have people that are trying to use it for drones, for like early forest fire detection. So they're using it for command and control, basically like, hey, I am sending commands through SpacetimeDB and they get relayed to the robot, or to the drone in this case. So possibly, very possibly. I work in enterprise database CRM, but have been doing a hobby game for ages, dreaming of MMO possibilities. This tech excites me on so many fronts. Nice. That's super cool. So I'm just onboarding onto a CRM because obviously we got to get people on board on a SpacetimeDB, and so that's what I'm working on. Oh, right. I officially hate your announcement. Send the damn link with the answer. That's a great point. I'm sorry. I'm not good at this. All right, it's done. Thank you. This seems a very interesting product. Is this GDPR compliant? I would assume it would be largely compliant as data can be modified, deleted, and rectified easily. Yes, that's true, although, as I mentioned in the keynote, we do store the full history of data, so that's actually an interesting GDPR compliance challenge for us. Essentially, we delete the data after 30 days. However, it would be good to allow it to be more configurable. Thank you, Mirror Hardware. I would not have sent it. You can set up a bot to auto-announce when you go live on Discord. You know, that would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. All right, let's do this. So let's pull up something here. Let's close that. Let's close this. Let's go to SpacetimeDB.com/doc. So we have a new document in here. It's row level security. Isn't that exciting? Salesforce not a jam. Freelance is small. Favorite part, I mean, so we, for enterprise customers, you know, we can have the data last arbitrarily long, but of course then GDPR compliance details. Favorite part was actually that you managed to distill something really complex into something entertaining, easy to understand. The animations and sound design was epic. The end was creative. Thank you. Yes, the end was, that was all me on the end. Obviously, we had some amazing animators and people to do it, but I just thought it would be fun to go back to the beginning of the presentation. Step one, let's add RLS. So, okay, let's do it. So here's what I'm trying to do. We're going to go into here, LLMs.md, and we are going to try to, let's just embrace vibe coding, embracing exponential. SpacetimeDB.com, lems.text. Can I just do that? Yeah, let's, can I like add this more permanently? I actually don't know. I think I can actually do Pro Max, so we'll just do this for real. Hey, could you incorporate, please incorporate the gist of, no, incorporate. Oh no, I don't want to do this, sorry. I already have LM stat. I want to do this one. At docs. No. At HPS. SpacetimeDB.com. What's the URL? Docs RLS. The row level security docs into or both the Rust and C# module sections. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Hi, good sir. Hello. Alamod Co. Yeah, it was really well edited, but the front camera seemed a bit out of focus, which is unfortunate. It is really unfortunate, to be honest, because I saw that as well, and I thought, welcome in, Bloodix159. Are there any plans for official integrations for other engines besides Unity, Godot, Unreal, or are you going to leave it in hands of users to create unofficial integrations with C# and Rust SDKs? No, we do plan to support Godot and Unreal. We have a small team though, so we're trying to make sure that we do that correctly and at the right time. All right, let's see. How is it going? Seems not well because it didn't do anything. We do have some people who have already started getting Godot working, so check our Discord for that. Yeah, we plan to support those too. We also have some people who are trying to support Swift as well. I think I saw somebody who was trying to do Python, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see. All right, I don't know what's going on here because it didn't actually do it. No, I've done this wrong. You know what? I don't actually need to do this. I don't need to go to the web. It's here. It's in the docs. So let's stop this. Let's just do this. Let's just do... I hate Windows. Please? 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 At docs. Oh, come on. At 1,000 folders. Docs. RLS. Can you just... Okay, fine. Let's do it. I might add Roblox to SpacetimeDB to Roblox depending on when WebSockets come out and what permissions they have. Not sure how that would work. Man, I hope one day I can be this expert at coding. You mean to be able to create a database? Because right now I'm just slop coding. We're just slopping this together. Not SpacetimeDB itself, but stuff on top. All right, let's read our slop. All right, it's no longer unstable. We like that. Let's add a note. Let's add a note that RLS features were added as an unstable feature in 1. Well, actually, no, they know that. Added feature in v1.1.0. And note, hopefully it understands that it does. Roblox is adding WebSockets to their servers. Yes, we are slopping together some stuff. We're slopping together the LLMs.txt file. I figure might as well feed the slop back to the machine if you're gonna do it. It's also it's just easy, and we already documented all this stuff, so I just want to incorporate it basically into. It's not experimental though, so I don't love that. It's not experimental. It's just an unstable API. All right, let's read what we got here. Rollup security allows module authors to restrict which rows of a public table each client can access. These access rules are expressed in SQL and evaluated automatically for queries and subscriptions. Info, RLS was introduced as an unstable feature in SpacetimeDB 1.1.0. It requires explicit option feature flags or pragmas. It's not or pragmas, it's just feature. Well, actually, I don't know because of C#. Enabling RLS. RLS is currently experimental. It's not experimental. Come on. You are still mentioning. Alright, let's just accept. No. That it's experimental. Please do not do that. Would it be easier for me to just change the file? Almost certainly, but that's not the vibing way. Why is it unstable and not unstable RLS? I think we're just going to lump several features into unstable, is the idea, potentially. Since I assume you can have multiple unstable features at the same time, you probably want one or two specific ones most of the time. Well, we kind of want to just have people either on an unstable version or not. Hi, I saw your most recent video about the breakthrough of SpacetimeDB, but I have one question. What is the difference between the free version and the paid version? Is it only server hosting? Yeah, so you can host SpacetimeDB yourself. You can run it in production. We have an internal version of SpacetimeDB which is clusterized, so you can run many nodes and they can all talk to each other. That version is paid, so you can either license it for on-prem hosting or use our main cloud, which is our managed service. That's basically how it'll go. All right, let's see. Is it still experimental? Let's try this one more time. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're in the Rust. Now, it's concerning because I don't see the C# variant. Although, I guess, I don't know. Do we released the C# variant? Yes, we have. Okay, but why? All right, we'll get back to that, I guess. Let's just at least understand this. I don't think this is true. I think it's making up nonsense. All right, let's accept this, and we're just going to say I think you should, or can you do, I don't actually know how Rust works. Can you do this to add the unstable feature to your file? Does anybody out there know? Could probably just tell them to put this in their cargo. Normal. Yeah, I don't understand why. Much better. Why would it make up nonsense? We don't know. We do not know. Okay, RLS rules are expressed in SQL and declared as constants of type filter. True. This is true. This is true. Module failed to publish if any of its RLS rules are valid and formed. Cool. Sender. You can use a special sender parameter in your rules for user-specific access control. This parameter is automatically bound to the requesting client's identity. Note that the module owners have unrestricted access to all tables regardless of RLS. True. Semantic constraints. RLS rules are similar to subscriptions in that logically they act as filters on a particular table. True. Also, like subscriptions, arbitrary column projections are not allowed. True. Joins are allowed, but each rule must return roles from only one table. True. Multiple rules per table. Multiple rules may be declared for the same table and be evaluated as a logical OR. This means the clients will be able to see any row. Fine. Example, true. Joining on admin where identity is equal to sender, true. Recursive application. RLS rules can reference other tables with RLS rules, and they will be applied recursively. This ensures the data is never leaked through indirect access patterns. Cool. For example, you can see your account, and admin can see all accounts. Explicitly filtering by client identity in this rule is not necessary, since the above RLS rules on account will be applied automatically. That is to say, based on who you are, it will already be applying your sender. So you can only see things, either you're an admin, in which case you can see all players, or you're not an admin, in which case you can only see your own player. That's pretty cool. In general, RLS rules cannot be self-referential, as it results in infinite recursion. Nice. Example, self-join. A client can only see players on their same level. Cool, to be honest. Is there an LLM that... There's an LLM that... Some of them do, so they already kind of do, but they kind of have our old API, which we put out there earlier, sort of like our doc. So we're updating the LLMs.txt file to make sure that it just learns the right information. Yeah. Let's see. Example, recursive rules. This module will fail to publish because each rule depends on the other one. So here we have an account filter, which is checking that the account's identity is the sender. Sorry, we have an account filter, which is checking where the account's identity is the sender. Although, why is the player even involved here? And we have a player filter, which is selecting the player from account, where it's the same thing, so fine. Usage and subscriptions. RLS rules automatically apply to subscriptions, so that if a client subscribes to a table with RLS filters, the subscription will only return rows the client is allowed to see. While the constraints and limitations outlined in SQL reference docs do not apply to RLS rules, they do apply to subscriptions that use them. For example, it is valid for an RLS rule to have more joins than are supported by subscriptions. Cool. However, client will not be able to subscribe to the table for which the rule is defined. Makes sense. So you can do Spacetime SQL, that thing, but you cannot query them necessarily. You can't subscribe to them. Best practices: use sender for client-specific filtering. Follow the SQL best practices for optimizing your RLS rules. Okay, cool. So let's now say, excellent. Can you now use at files and folders RLS to write the C# section on RLS? Yes, it does. It applies generally to tables. It first filters out all your tables based on who's calling, and then anything else happens. So it would also apply to intermodule communication. It applies everywhere. Alright, so now hopefully it's not going to edit the Rust version, which it totally is. Why is it so bad? Nope. You're mistaken. You are writing that. Why do I have to keep adding this, I wonder? I don't know. Can I I want to just add it. You are writing, do not rewrite anything under the... Reject all this. Control Shift do not rewrite any of the text in the server module Rust section. Continue to revert. Hello, it might be a dumb question, almost certainly not, but is there a way to attach a DB client to the database to see the tables during development, or would I have to set something up custom to do that? So you can just run Spacetime SQL, and you can just query the data. We are working on the Postgres wire format so that you can just hook up whatever data visualization app you have. All right, did it do this badly? I don't think so. Okay, cool. Now let's read here. Same thing. Same thing. Pragma warning disables SpacetimeDB unstable. Okay. Let's look at the docs and make sure that that's. Oops. Oh. Yeah. Yep, okay, that's right. Don't save. Sender, okay, cool. 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 Very much the same idea. Very much the same idea. Seems good to me. What do you guys think? I think it's good. Let's ship it. Okay, cool. So let's open a PR, shall we? Git status. Git add. LLM. SpacetimeDB. It's fine. Git commit updated LLMs.md for RLS 1.1. Git push. Although what I want to do actually is this. Okay, cool. So let's just do this. Please create a chat application with a Rust module and a TypeScript front end that also has the Whisper, has VMs, which are protected by row level security rules. I want to be able to test out the application in the web. Let's try this. So we're gonna try and one-shot this. And to be honest, we should use Majid's cursor rules file. But let's see. All right, we're just gonna let it vibe. Hey, how long you been at it this time? You mean for this stream? Not very long, actually. Fully qualified error. The AND operator. Okay, that's fine. No worries. Well, what my job is to make it so that, in principle, you could do this, but it's really having troubles. gonna do it. Let's try that again. Thank you for the follow, Pickle Old Man Murray Rick. Is the stream lagging for anyone else? Hopefully it's not lagging for me. I'm not a robot, right? I don't like the robot. It turns out I have an Intel dedicated graphics card, and they do not do especially well with Twitch streaming. At least the old ones. I don't have Battle Mage. I have the ARC ones. You know, GPUs are too expensive these days. This is just awful. It's not working. Let's see how far we get. It like doesn't like that we're on Windows. To be fair, I don't like it either. Okay, knit lang rust. We like that. Okay, well that's wrong. So let's go find out what the heck is going on there. Role of security. What did it say? Why are you using version 8? Yeah. Let's just do this. Anybody know how to comment something in TOML files? I think it's this. So what I'm trying to do, Dean Lee Swanson, is make it so my LLMs.txt is sufficient context for it to actually one-shot. So I kind of don't want cursor rules. I want it to be like self-sufficient, if that makes any sense. It's like supposed to be the one text file that you need. That's kind of what I'm testing. Like, what is going on here? All right, Control Shift. We just want to go back. Okay. I see. You're just saying it would be easier if I do that. But like, won't it also always use the file that I'm in, llms.md? All right, let's see. Are we doing stuff? Where is it writing this TypeScript? Web client. Where's this going? I don't see web client. What is it doing? Maybe it's gonna do it at the end? Wait, where are you? What are you doing, cursor? Where's the web client folder? What is it doing on my... hard drive. Chat front end. Oh no, it went like up a directory. No, maybe not. Well, it's doing it somewhere. Web client. Oh lord. Alright, well, we're gonna delete that. In there anyway. Anybody want to hazard a guess where this code went? Because I don't love that. I think I don't really use this computer. Right, we're going to try that again. We're going to restore this checkpoint. We're going to say, please create it in this directory. And let's just delete the chat server, huh? Or let's just do this. We're going to send it. We won't mess with it. True. Well, it is definitely using llms.txt.md because it's in my chat's default config. Or is there a Python API for SpacetimeDB? There is not. There was. It's unmaintained, but some people are trying to reconstruct it. Okay, like, sure. Okay. All right, that's better. It was giving me instructions. I see. Well, I see. I understand. Thank you for that. All right. Thinks I don't have npm installed. That's correct. Can you install pnpm? Yeah, all right, let's do it. I don't have npm, you fool. All right, install npm, please. Can you just install? All right, fine. We gotta install npm. Install npm. I really want all of Node. So I might need it. I suppose I do. Don't tell me that I didn't read it. What? Yeah, of course I don't have the FNM. Oh. Yes, it's fine. I bet MSI stands for Microsoft Installer, doesn't it? Seems like overkill, but whatever. I've been working with Windsurf, VS Code, Tray, Cursor, and more every day for 10 hours a day for the past 2 months. So you're very familiar with that. Honestly, you should be running this course, not me. Alright, press any key to continue. Okay. I didn't read any of that. Oh, I love when it installs stuff in my machine. Excellent. Great. I wanted this. I wanted all of this for sure. It's definitely what I wanted this for. Why does multiple LLMs help? Does SpacetimeDB actually store the compiled WASM binary in the database? If so, how? Yes, it does. It stores it in a table, as everything is stored in SpacetimeDB. Stored in a table called StModule. We can actually, once I build that, I'll show you where it's stored. The spacetime control module probably does need more RLS rules. It's somewhat bare bones right now. So I use Grok to plan tasks and create design documents. So you basically create. I see. I don't have a Grok subscription. So. Why Grok for design docs rather than like Gemini or something? Free, it's really good at coding. It's up to date. Can I use it without a Twitter account? Probably not. Maybe. Okay. What is SpacetimeDB? Also, and why does it have the same logo? Okay. Could you write a design document for a chat application with a Rust backend and a TypeScript front end, which uses row level security rules to implement VMs? Yo, MP God 42, welcome in. Alright, build a scalable with DM functionality. Database, real time, great. Users, user ID. I'm gonna have a struggle with that because we don't support that out of the box, sadly. Okay. I didn't ask you to write any code, Grok, but okay. See, this is... I see, it uses the code to think. You can tell it to use the SpacetimeDB docs, and it will. It seems to already have done that, to be honest, because 25 web pages, and they are the number one thing is the docs. And also even Y Combinator stuff. Well, Hacker News anyway. Reddit, docs, more docs. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, this is weird. It's like not really what we're about, but it is part of it. Technologies, and it will. It's pretty comprehensive. It's good iterating and context. Well, let's see how far we get with this. Right. So I think we've installed npm. Hopefully, you got to be kidding me. Or is it? What's going on? Are we done? Turn 0 for path. Is it happening? Do I like see all my windows like in Mac OS? See if we're doing anything interesting in task manager processes. What do we got? Okay, so that appears to be working. I don't know if it's done or not. I mean, we do store time series data, we just don't surface it yet. New to this, seems really cool. I'm a designer, not an engineer. Can I use SpacetimeDB with Unreal Engine? You cannot yet use it with Unreal Engine, although we're looking to support that. That's probably the most common question that I get. And it's totally fair. But we are not quite yet there yet. How are the vibes this morning? They're vibing. I'm getting a lesson from Dean Lee Swanson on how to vibe. I don't know what's going on here. This is irritating. These are ruining. Oh, it went away. Okay, maybe I have npm now. Let's try it. Who knows? Let's go. Can we just like rerun this? Okay, I have installed npm. Send it. Have I though? We're gonna find out. All right, run that command. Command not found exception. npm? I don't have npm. Let's open that up again. PowerShell. Node. Okay, I have Node. How do I not have npm? But why? Oh, sorry. What? But why though? You managed to restart your editor and your terminal. I wonder though, I don't know that that's true because PowerShell is here and it still also does not have npm. I just restarted that. But it does have Node, which is, you know, something. No, it doesn't have, no, it does have Node. Console.log. The fuck? Let's try it again. What do you know? What can you do? Let's just go give it another go. Yeah, we'll repair that. Sure. I did, but this. How do I do MVM? This is heinous. I didn't even want Node. I just wanted NPM. Awesome. Great. Cool. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay. Install NVM. I guess maybe I should be using Windows Subsystem. Why am I doing this? Jeez. Yeah, but that's not gonna work because, well, I should probably have it installed, but follow the instructions on NVM Windows. I mean, this is. You people live like this on Windows? You live like this. Yes, I did, Chippy. I did restart. Give me strength. Thank you, Alan Mod Co. for the follow. And NXT Extra for watching me suffer. Okay, what did this say? Go to Node.js, download Windows installer. Were it that easy? Ensure the npm install npm is checked. It's included by default. Who said Grok was good at instructions, huh? Because I'm not so sure about that. Let's just try this though. Even though I've tried it twice before. Maybe the third time is the charm. Let's read very carefully. Change the features. There's the npm package manager. Check the node install folder. npm may be in there somewhere, not on the path. I think that's what it is. That must be what it is. How do I find it? Okay, Node.js. Surely search works in Windows, right? What? I actually can't believe how bad this is. I don't understand. What if I try git bash? Will it be on my path here? You know what, moreover, I think actually we're having trouble upgrading. Let's just try and upgrade our spacetime command, because this is broken. Spacetime, what is it? Spacetime update? Spacetime version. Spacetime version upgrade. Let's try that. Okay, it worked. Who knows? I just don't know. Okay, alright. It's no big deal. Vibes are not totally destroyed. It's pain for sure. Went through. Did you update path? Unclear. I should have. We thought so. It's a pain to use for sure. Went through the same thing last year installing Node npm. Once it was done, it worked. Setting up is definitely a pain because npm command should be in the folder which the installer put your environment's path. Okay. Well, I mean, let's just. Anyone care to explain this one to me? What do I not understand about Windows? The npm command should be the folder. Gemini 2.5 flash. At my job, we were usually the file and fix the path ourselves. Where are you trying to use Node? I'm just trying to have a cursor. It's just try running this. Have it tried bun? I could try have it use a bun. That's an idea. Is SpacetimeDB a good solution for a regular multiplayer game? Just 1v4 co-op? Sure, should be fine. It just makes it easier, not harder. In the first message, it shows location. Oh, have you made a temp file to put it in? But why though? I don't like. Okay, let's just go like. It's the install button. You know, one imagines that should work. Echo. Okay, all right. Alright. Echo path star. No star, it should just be percent. Why? What's the reason? My vibes have been thrown off. You've thrown off the Emperor's groove. I'm taking psychological damage. Okay, look at that. Now we're cooking. Okay. Okay. Now, what about where node? No. I refuse to use MVM. I refuse to use MVM, and I know you all want me to. I refuse it. Why does it say thank you for following Bigcraft Online? What? Oh no, Bigcraft Online is following. Someone's logged in as Bigcraft Online. um, okay. I refuse. I will not, because I should be able to install the latest version of NPM without a version manager that's not even supported by and the official thing. But no offense to Corey Butler, I'm sure he is a glorious person. However, I refuse. I just opened IDX. What is IDX? Windows? No, Node-V. Oh no, I'm looking at my own screen like a moron. Okay. We're losing him on the shorthand. The PowerShell might be the final blow. It's just PowerShell. Now it works with an installer and no WSL required. All right. First of all, like, let's find out. Is Cursor? What is Cursor using? Is it? This has got to be PowerShell. It's PowerShell. So this is the command we need to get it to run, and we just need to get it to run in PowerShell. And we have Node in here, and we have npm in the other one. Program files Node.js cannot be loaded. Let's actually read the error. How about that? That sounds like an interesting idea. Because running scripts is disabled on the system. Okay. 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 Please, can I copy it? Okay, that worked. Let's try that. Let's just try telling it to this. Oh, I might need to admin PowerShell. Sure, let's do it. All right, let's try it again. There it is. npm. Okay, you just need to run PowerShell as admin. Unclear that it can do that, but let's try it. I mean, I think it is. Didn't we just do that? Didn't we just do that? I mean, not only that, right? But we've got this. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just do this. And then. All right, yeah, actually, you know what? Let's just do that. Let's just restart Cursor. How about that? It's a good idea, Cursor. You've helped yourself, hopefully. Okay, I've done that. Oh, baby, we are rolling. And I didn't need NVM. I don't know what happened. Something happened to get us here. It's unclear what exactly happened. Something about paths. Run npm the command is disabled in Windows by default. It was installed but didn't have permission. Can terrain be procedurally generated on the SpacetimeDB server? Yes. We used to do that for Pitcraft. We did it on the client because it's easier to make an editor in Unity, but you can totally do it on the server. In the browser, IDE by Google Gemini integrated. You mean Firebase? Oh, Firebase is storage. IDX is IDE. Firebase console is a wrapper around both. What is IDX? Let's find that out. I'm like, so I gotta use Vim still. Like, I'm not. No. Did they buy it? Sorry, did they buy this company? What happened? Sorry, did this get incorporated into Firebase? Project IDX is in a different league from its competitors. Anyway, it kind of makes sense. Like a Spacetime, what is it called? Spacetime Studio would be really dope too, but you know we're not there yet. Pretty sure I pressed Y. My guy. Maybe not. Might have been lying. Still Google it for rebranding. Project IDX was a Google Moonshot. IDX was an internal thing they made. How long ago did they make it? It seems like it was new. IDX was the internal thing they made. I mean, the first live editor I was aware of. Interesting. Fireship has a video on it. They renamed it Firebase Studio. It was always Google. It came out officially a few days ago, like 2 years ago. Hold on. IDX Fireship. Oh yeah. Honestly, probably a good idea to turn it into Firebase Studio. You have that PS1 issue while running npm. I don't think I have had that yet. I have to select a framework. Ooh, what do we want to use? I think we want to use React because it's got the most code. So let's do that. What's SWC? Does anybody know? I don't know if you guys can see this, but on the right here. I have TypeScript and TypeScript plus SWC. Server-wide components. Let's Google it. SWC React. Speedy web compilers, a Rust-based platform used for compilation and bundling. Oh, God, this thing is so frequent. Anybody recommend SWC or no? I'm gonna go with the old thing actually. It's a bundling tool in Rust, super weekly components. I like that. We're gonna go with TypeScript just because it's gonna be easier. Okay, let's do it. How many times are you gonna make that mistake, cursor? How often are you gonna do that? Okay, so it does seem very nice. Both people recommend, but it's too late. I thought I would go with something that probably Cursor's more likely to know about. That's fair, Damley Swanson. I guess the question is, what I don't know, and for cursor rules is, I'd like to give people cursor rules that say like, hey, you should do this. The only thing that I'm concerned about is I don't want to do something specific to my actual setup. I would like to do something generic to anybody's setup. Yeah, but what rules would I want? Like, that's what I don't know. All right, well, we have something. We have a user, we have messages. We have a sender and recipient. Okay, for direct message, we like that. We have a sender filter, so you can only read a direct message if you're the sender, or you can only read a direct message if you're the recipient. Great, honestly, pretty cool, because that's exactly what I would have done. Set name, all that jazz, all that jazz. I mean, am I one-shotted here? I mean, obviously we got past the npm problems, but let's see. Bindings. Did it put where are the bindings? Hasn't done that yet. Maybe it's working on it. Is it publishing? Or is it telling me to do that? Okay, please carry out these steps. I'd like you to... Okay, let's accept all this. Please carry out these steps. I use context 7 MCP. What is context 7? Up-to-date documentation for L1s and code editors. Oh my god, we're in here. Where does this come from? Hold on. We're opening up context 7. What is this? Context 7. Okay, SpacetimeDB. Where did these come from? Oh, it has to be a GitHub URL? Alright, fine. We should merge Spacetime docs into SpacetimeDB, shouldn't we? Thank you for following Team Launcher. I like having it separate. Why is that? I mean, we kind of do too in some ways. But I'm curious. Like, because I'm curious, websites like this are probably not going to realize that this is related to the SpacetimeDB repo. Together means you can force PRs to not merge until docs are updated. Definitely true. It's one of the good things. Well, then I can pull it down easily. Yeah, you can pull it down easier if you just have the doc separate, and it's like, oh, okay, it's just in its own thing. But I think a lot of people expect, I mean, at the very least, it should be like a sub-module or something, so that, I don't know how I feel about that, though. Conquer Cloud Space. It should be in the docs folder here. Like, there should be a docs folder. I mean, there is a docs folder, and it's full of old stuff that we should probably get rid of. We have tech files and stuff. So this is not good. Yeah, X90 makes a good yeah, that confused my LLM. I had to delete it. Delete what? Oh, this docs folder. Alright, I mean, maybe we'll do that. I have to update the website, because the website pulls. Although, actually, I don't think I do have to update the website, because it's the same folder structure. I think we just have to update what repo it points to. SpacetimeDB.com. Spacetime doc. Who are you? Don't know what that is. Please go to the website, please. So see how it's the same docs folder. So I actually think it would kind of just work if I just dumped everything over there. I wouldn't have to change how the server works. Although I wouldn't really want to spill all of this stuff into the repo. I guess I could do that. You have MCP, you can integrate that into Cursor. So can somebody maybe give me a little rundown on what MCP is? Actually, let's just ask. Can we ask Rob? What is MCP? How does it work? No, I don't really care how it works. And what would I use it for? Another big feature that's planned is intermodule communication, or IMC, and also Postgres wire format compatibility, both of which I actually spoke about in the keynote. Those are big ones. Let's read this. Okay, sure, but why what kinds of things would you What would you want to see what would we want MCP to be able to do for you should use MCP. MCP is basically LSP like protocol for bots to call arbitrary defined tools, but what would we want Claude to be able to do? We could have we could have MCP for deploying to main cloud, but it's so easy to deploy to main cloud. I don't know that it matters. You know what I mean? But like, couldn't you just access everything? What everything? Everything in your module, like as a query engine, or directly in for testing. So if you put the context MCP. So if you put the context MCP on your IDE, you can tell it to write you something and use the docs as a reference. But I don't know. I'm trying to do the context. Now build the server module. Let's do that. Sounds good. Okay, it wants you to install Rust up. No problem. I guess, can AI not use HTTP? I guess it's just easier with MCP. And okay, let's see. MCP API. Let's take a look at it. Certainly don't want Python. I would like Rust, but there's no such thing. I don't get it, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'd like to understand what the API actually is. MCP is built for AI, I know that. HTTP with normal REST needs to generate contracts, open API documentation. Contract sharing, so the AI knows what the server is capable of, also standardized AI auth. I didn't get it either, to be honest. Yeah, on Supabase, you can write SQL queries, write auth. Basically, Cursor can access to Supabase schema. You can have it make queries, call functions, modify schema. Think of it as your alternative to the CLI that has schema defined to make it more accessible to the LLM. The context evidence is set up on their page. The top is linked to MC. We're getting too deep for a docu. MCP server. Okay, this is still like working. Is this supposed to output like what the API would be? But what I want to know is where did they get? These are the types of things that I think like, ugh, maybe you should just, because it's like looking through all our README docs, but it's not including all the docs that we have. So we should probably merge the docs repos so that people aren't confused by this. What is anime.js? Oh, I saw this. I saw a video with this, and it was really cool. To be honest, like actually, this is what I saw. Is this new? Because it's really cool. How long have you been working on this? SpacetimeDB, you mean? Just came out like a couple weeks ago. Okay. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. $58,000 stars. That is incredible. I have the right version? Yes. So it's much bigger than it was, but it's still pretty small. I'm pairing it with Matter.js. I've been making a stack for local apps. I really wanted to use Spacetime, but I didn't find a good way to bridge the gap for JS Python. I had to go with DuckDB. What's JS Python? Gotcha. Matter.js. 2D physics engine, interesting. Gotcha. Okay, well. So this is, yeah, but it thinks it's space-time. Interesting. Can I say like, oh yeah, make it all the tokens? And then does it like do more? See, this would be really good to have baked in to the same repo. Maybe we should do that. To be honest. Because it's not going to have any C# docs. Well, no, it will. Like, it's not too bad, and I wonder how much better it could be. Okay, well, in any case, let's open our PR. Shall we? I haven't really tested this yet. It's not quite done. Although, oh yeah, Rust Up. We're installing Rust Up. That's where we're here. Let's try it. Okay, well, restart this. We've been working on SpacetimeDB for about 5 years. We just released 1.0 a couple weeks ago, and so people are pretty jazzed about it. Okay, okay. Done. And I think there's a lot of cool stuff that we still have yet to do, so. See if we can get the chat app working, shall we? I think you're probably having trouble with UUID. I had to guess because it did say I wanted to UUID. No. Okay, no. Okay, that's true. It had the that's interesting because it had the wrong thing. That's our old syntax, and now we're telling it the new syntax for sure. For sure in LLMs.md. Right? Please, I want search. Why does Control F not work for search? Wait. Do I not have the init function documented in here for Rust? Confused. Nope, there it is, init. No, what the f... No, that's right, actually. That's wrong. It's going to have a problem with that. Please read LLMs.md carefully to learn how the init reducer works. Why not Tori for its interoperability? Sometimes it's good to use the mainstream. I hate the overhead, but doing complex animations. It's the plan. Somebody else asked that as well. Okay. Oh lordy. Now why is it doing this, please? Because clearly this syntax is nowhere mentioned. It's like it says, looking back at LLMs.md documentation you provide, lifecycle reducers, uses a SpacetimeDB init. False. Falsities. Fake news. Because if we look at it and we search in here, and I don't know how to search, but let's just oh god. Okay. Control F, by the way, doesn't work. To search in here. No idea why. Okay, it's only showing up in here. So it doesn't, it's made this up. It has invented this. You're just wrong. You're just wrong. Only use syntax in at LLM at filing pollers LLMs.md. I'm going to start telling it to do it correctly or go to jail. There we go, by the way. Yeah, you did misread it. And I told you to read it carefully, and you still didn't read it carefully, you fool. Alright. Try it again. Just make stuff up. Well, maybe it's doing something here. It needs an index on well, what is it trying to look it up by? Well, whatever, let's just try it. Let's accept it. Who knows? We're vibing. Okay, it built, it finished. Alright, let's do it. Alright, please do that. Okay, here we go. We're going to finally listen to Dean Lee Swanson, to be honest. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to slap this into .cursor rules. New file. No, stop. New folder. Nope. I believe in you. Okay, all right, I'm just going to go to here. We're going to go new folder. Okay. .cursor. How do I do it? It's got cursor and then it's a folder of rules, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? Like that? Is that right? Cursor rules. Yep. Or is that supposed to be an MD file? Yes, I do know that about cursor rules. I was just trying to make sure that I didn't, like, couldn't I, for example, no, it's dot cursor rules. Thank you. Like this. And then I guess I should just have like an index.md file or something, or SpacetimeDB. But like, shouldn't this go in llns.txt is really the question? Or no, I guess probably not, because how do I copy this from the chat? Let's just go into here. I'm just gonna copy you out of there. Please? Please. Please, there we go. Okay. It's cursor slash rule. Okay. So cursor, and then new folder, rules, and then I need to put this in there, right? Okay, let's try that. You haven't generated the bindings yet. It's dot cursor slash rules. I think I have that. Sorry, is it dot cursor, the word dot, or is it dot cursor slash rules? Good sir, this is not working, please. Please, it not work. Please do right. Cancel. No, I don't want to. Don't say that. Also, don't say this nonsense. Okay, we have bindings now, and do we have? Is this working now? No, it's not working. Okay. This is broken. Try that. You know what? You're kind of right, Lethal Chip. That would be more fun, wouldn't it? How do I do that? Can I just get my voice chat in there? Tell the LLMs to create the cursor rules for me. I love that. I love that idea. Why are we writing anything ourselves? Yeah, refactor that to address the issues, please. Address them.
Go ahead and address those for me, please.
And do it correctly, also. Definitely don't do it wrong. Yeah, there we go. Address the issues. Very nice. Look at it addressing those things. It's not using React. Interesting. Yeah, okay, sure. Keep addressing. Do not hallucinate. New cursor rule from command palette at the top. Gotta tell it to use React. It'll generalize unless you specify. Okay, I will do that in a moment. But I don't want to apply that for everything I do in this repo. Just for this one thing. How do I know if it's using my cursor rules? Yeah, keep rolling. Fix the errors. It's really important. Think very hard and plan it out beforehand. Well, what if you tell it to think very hard, Dean Lee Swanson? Have you ever tried that? I think the thinking is critical. It's got to think very hard. It's got to go think, and it's got to implement the fixes. Super deep thinking is really... They don't call it shallow learning. Okay. I don't. That's ironic. I feel like I don't have patience for vibe coding. You know what I mean? I just don't. What is it exactly you're trying to do? I'm trying to have it create a chat app that uses RLS so that I can demonstrate to myself that it understands the OOM.txt file. I feel like the output is better when you say that it's serious business and you can get, e.g., top 10,000. You can get $10,000 for top 2. It's just silly. What have we become? Here. We'll get a little bit more specific. Fix that with AI. Sure. Yeah, fix that with AI. Go ahead. Sure. Oh, I love it. It gets into these loops where it's like it's stuck. Now what don't we have that? Event reducer. Actually, you know what's interesting? Actually, maybe I don't have that documented for TypeScript. So let's go to our LLMs.txt file. Important. See, I can't search in here because but I do type at the bottom. I don't understand why I can't search also. Because Command S should be search, or no, Command F should be search. Or Control, whatever. Aha. Aha. He was just doing what I told him to do, to be fair. But now let's see if this is actually correct. Okay, but there's no status. Okay, maybe it's event.status? Sometimes you do have to tell it, obviously, what the API is. This is why we're doing this. Guys, this is why we're doing this. Fix this. We're gonna fix this. What does it want to do here? It's probably event message. There's no message. Maybe it's value.message. No, it only has tag. Alright, we'll just do the whole dang event. YOLO. Does double shift work in cursor? What's double shift? I thought there was a message. Maybe it's oh, you know what? I know what it is. I thought, okay, event.status.tag equals. Right, there's no status, so it's just failed. It's just this. Yep. Oh lord. but then I feel like there should be a message. Value dot this value. Actually. And the same should be here. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Alright, connection.reducers, why are you upset? You're upset because of some problem. Yes. Yes. Reducers. Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool. I'm gonna say like, hey, I fixed this code. Hey, I manually fixed this code. It looks like LLMs.md is actually wrong here. Let's update at LLMs.md to reflect the changes to the API I made here. Is failed? Yeah, okay, no, let's just make it up. Okay, cool. You love to see it. So now let's just search reducer event. Because we should have none of those. And, oh no, hold on. That's actually, I think, fine. So cool, so great. We fixed more problems. Okay. Okay. I updated, alright, now that we've updated LLMs.txt, let's continue building our chat app. Well, mate, I have to get back to work, but I think you've got this. Check your key bindings for search. Use that command palette to find top key bindings, cursor rules. And put those cursor rules I told you. Also get context M7, MCP, and that'll help. Thank you so much, Dean Lee Swanson. I think we should be able to improve what we've got here. We definitely clean this up. Let's fix alerts. Let's fix the errors first. I see. You mean like if I give it the particular lines? Sure, I like that. I like that. We'll accept that. All right, let's do it. But now, okay, run it. Right, so there's no dev. But, you know, that's what it's telling me. Oh no, there is one though. Why does it not work is actually the real question. I'm in the wrong folder. Alright, we'll just run this ourselves. No big deal. Okay, here we go. Opening it up. SpacetimeDB chat disconnected. Okay, I got it running. But all I'm seeing is hello, my knowledge is very lacking since I'm very new to programming and things surrounding it. I was wondering what it means to have both DB and main code being combined. It's a very broad question. Hard to answer it briefly, but it just means, hey, we're going to treat the database more like an operating system, and we're going to run your program in the database. And then you have access to all your data in the database. Did I not? I'm pretty sure. Take a look at the terminal yourself. All right, let's take a look at the console. I do think that's a good idea. Well, how do I do this? Console. All right. Just gonna copy it in. Oh, it has the table names wrong. I tell it what to do. I tell it like 6 times in the lm.txt file not to do this. Ugh. Alright. I can't search this file! Please help me. Why? Alright. Sure, whatever. Yeah, you're wrong. How do I get it to redo? Unknown connection error. Pourquoi? All right, we're not vibing, but that's fine. What are the errors? No. Okay, it's panicking. We love that. Okay, cool. Okay, I fixed this subscription error. You needed to use the snake case name, which you should have known from the LLMs.txt file, you bozo. But that's okay. Please take a look at the terminal and fix the next issue. No worries, Axidy. It always has to be so polite, even though it must hate me. No, I don't think you built, you fool. Did you? Oh. Oh, no. Alright, whatever. It's gonna remember you calling it a bozo when they let it disintegrate. It's true. Very true. Didn't look like it. Yes, indeed. Sadly, doesn't look like it ran the right place. You didn't actually change directories, it would seem. I mean, yes, but here's the thing, you son of a gun. I think every new command you run is starting from the root directory. Well, not the root directory, the project root. Can you do something about that? Every one of these dumbass questions is costing 5 cents. By the way. Axiv, I am working on vibe coding the LLMs.txt file, and I wanted to have it try to generate, because I'm trying to set up context for models for people who want to use LLMs people want to use LLMs to vibe code games in SpacetimeDB. I'm trying to set up our documentation so that it'll just work. So I'm trying to try it out myself to make sure that it does, in fact, do the thing. Okay. Right, the terminal environment, exactly, but it's going to have a problem with the end command. Okay, but the problem is, it's running in PowerShell. It's running in PowerShell, and we keep getting this error. Oh my lord, do you know what that's about? I am offering a bribe circuit. I'm offering it 5 cents a pop. We could have built this by hand in 20 minutes. Yes, we could have, but it would not be embracing experience. All right, go for it, my guy. Sure, fine. Okay, let's open up the old localhost. Here we go. Oh. No. I'm sorry, Bab. You're still in the wrong directory. Is 10,000 bit players in a single node? I don't know. It depends on how quickly. We can do things and we'll just get double the amount of players sometimes if we make it particularly good in it. Optimization. Okay, here we go. Do I want to proceed? Yes, but I don't think it's important. No. Okay, alright. You're gonna no, you're just fucking you're just an idiot. You're just a fool. Please look at the terminal output. I mean, I realized that basically this is like describing to somebody. Carry down. Thank you for the subscription. This is like describing to somebody how to like assemble a watch in a completely pitch black room. Like it doesn't know, it can't see the directory. It can't like look around. It doesn't have like, oh boy, oh no, what are you doing? Just oh my, right? All your commands that you execute start from the project directory. So make sure you take that into account when you are navigating directories. You like that? I like that. Now, get rid of all this garbage. Account the cursor rules. Go ahead and try that again. What optimizations do you think would help a lot to that 10K goal? So some on the BigCraft side, and then some on the SpacetimeDB side. One thing is we're doing like kind of row by damn row, as they say in BigCraft. Although that can be better in certain scenarios. You have gotta be shitting on me. No! Here we go. I did it. It's acceptable. Alright, now let's do it. No. What? Yes. My name is Tyler. Doesn't say my name, but that's okay. Look, I don't know that I care about that. It's concerning. Why would that be there? Brozo. That's what we're gonna do. I know I have to click that twice, but okay. All right, I want to DM Tyler, and I want to say this is a secret. Okay. How do I see my? This is Brozo, and Brozo sent a direct message. No, I'm Brozo, so I want to send. Okay, but where do I see my DMs? Yo. Okay. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, we have this decently working. What we're gonna do is we're gonna check with the command line tool that this is working. So, okay, here we go. Spacetime SQL. And I want a SQL query. What's the name of the thing? DB chat? ChatGB? ChatDB? ChatGPDB? I can't believe it either, Chippy. Okay, select star from messages. Message? Okay, so we have that message. Now we're going to do direct message. And I shouldn't be able to see anything because I'm neither you. Alright, I'm C200DD and so on. So I'm neither of these people. I shouldn't be able to see these. So now we have to go find out why the heck can I see them. I think this is a bug. I wonder if the table's public. It is. Foolish. Okay, details. That's like, you know, don't vibe code, kids. It's not good. Alright. I did check that. Yeah. Let's republish. You accidentally made the direct message table public. Whoopsie. Critical security error. Clash of Clans would be perfect for SpacetimeDB. We kind of developed it. I mean, I was originally inspired by a game similar to that called Game of War. Specifically in the context of client compute when building the base and updating servers that compute when the base is attacked. Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, you could just go to town. All right, maybe, you know what we should do? We should put an LLMs thing. All right, let's, sure. Let's update LLMs. Let's actually add LLMs to Git. We've made some important changes. Git add LLMs. No, it's actually the other way around. So basically, public tables are public. Everybody can read them. That's what it is. All tables are private by default, and RLS allows tables to become public. It allows you to make them visible to clients, right? Because it doesn't make sense to have them be public and to filter out rows. Like a filter. What's interesting, actually. One wonders what should be the case, but I think this is better from a security perspective. That's right. Indeed I say that in my keynote thing. Whatever it's called, here it is.
And to talk to you about that,
oh, look who it is.
Unlimited expressiveness in server logic, but they can be per client in real time to ensure and restrict what data can be read as well. Tables are private by default, but they can be exposed to clients with row-level security rules.
So they're private by default, but they can be exposed with row-level security rules. But yeah, that's actually an interesting question. But either way, okay, Phil, did we do? No, it's generating. We don't know what's going on there. But let's see, spacetime SQL chat db select from direct message. It hasn't applied yet. Well, yeah, it's a question of like it's opt-in, so like you're filtering through things. The way that actually Phoebe meant it was a water filter filters water. It doesn't filter grime out of your water. It's not a grime filter. It's a water filter. So it's like, hey, I have a private table. You may allow certain things through the private thing, versus I am disallowing you from seeing things. I don't know. It's one way to do it. It seems to be having a rough time. Oh, it's waiting for my input. Okay, so now, in principle, I should be able to just do this. I'll go back over here. Whoops. Oh no, I forked it. Hey, now I don't have any tape. Look at that. There we go. But I should still be able to see. Should still be able to see them here, hopefully. Actually, maybe not, because I don't know how it's doing this. What have you done? Seems like it's having a problem with. Credit key. What the hell? Okay, I think. Let's check SpacetimeDB start. Are you having problems? I don't think that's actually a problem. It's weird. Oh, no, it's working. Okay, failed to set name user not found. Disconnected. I think you just had the wrong client. Alright, let's try this. Am I different users? No, I'm the same user. Why am I the same user? Oh, is it using like local storage? It probably is. Okay, I don't know, but we're gonna do Bozo. We'll do Alice and Bob. How am I gonna explain to it this silliness? It is good to know. We should have that clearly laid out in the docs. Are we getting errors that like are I'm getting let's look at okay. I'm getting user not found. All right, let's update the at lms.txt file. It made it clear that RLS is only relevant for private tables. Public tables are always public to everyone. RLS can be used to expose certain rows on it. Whoops, do I have a... I have a meeting. I missed another meeting. Okay. Alright, hold on, I gotta reply to some people. Alright, I gotta go, because I have a meeting with somebody. But this has been fun. I'm gonna clean this up, make sure it's able to do it, and we were able to update the thing. Let's see if I can answer some questions real quick. Okay. What is your honest opinion about using SpacetimeDB as a standalone web backend instead of using it as a game server? You can totally do it. It's missing certain things that would make it nice, like we don't have React plugins yet. It'd be really cool to have TypeScript on the server. We don't have that yet. Do you stress test SpacetimeDB? Yes, we do all the time. We need to run it for Bitcraft, so that means we need to reach a certain amount of scale. I mean, possible any big real-time interaction, and sorry, I possibly missed Spacetime feature available now. Don't know what that means, but you can definitely use SpacetimeDB right now. I discovered SpacetimeDB from that one video a month ago and was blown away. Wishing this project all the success in the world. Thank you so much, George. Is Bitcraft physics heavy in the upcoming beta? I plan some sort of deterministic pseudophysics for the server, like Medievals 2, Mass, and Ragdoll system. Bitcraft is not really particularly physics heavy. We focus more on like getting a lot of players into the world. Taisha, quick question: does SpacetimeDB could help with any multiplayer game? Yes, it's not just focused on MMOs. You can use it for anything that's multiplayer. Would it be possible to create a fighting game with it? It would be, although it's missing certain physics niceties that you'll have to rebuild yourself. Okay, I've got to head out. Anybody have any raid suggestions? Because otherwise I will do the Hexagod guy. Maybe that's the way to go. All right, I will talk to you all later. Got to run to my meeting. I also missed one, so let me just set this up in Streamlabs. Raid? Shadow Legends? Raid? Let's do it. Peace. Oh my god. I gotta join Twitch. I'm already logged in, my guy. Oh lord. Alright. Why is this horrible? How do I do this? I think I'm logged in here. Yes. You're all gonna watch me raid. Adios.